Hiya, I'm Lucy and today I'm going to be doing my realistic makeup collection. I don't have loads, but what I do have I really like, so you might find something you like too. Let's get into it. So this is what it looks like all together. Obviously I've got foundations, setting sprays, mascaras, a bit of everything, but I'll go into that in a minute. So, first things first, we've got foundations and primers here. The one I use most is this NYX one. It's like a jelly consistency, as you can see, and it just goes on really well. It's really nice, I'm a big fan. And then my favourite foundation have to be this one. It's a Becca Skin Love one. If you can see it, yeah you can. And I've used it to death, so there's like nothing in it anymore, but I'm saving the last few pumps for if it's a special occasion because it looks the best. My second favourite would have to be this one, which is the Charlotte Tilbury one. I like this, but for how much it is, I don't think it's as good as the Becca one, which is a bit disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. So then I've got a few more primers and a few more foundations, but that's that section really. Next to that, I've got contour and bronzer palettes. So this is my favourite. This is my favourite one. It's a Tarte one. I got it in the Glossy Box Advent Calendar. This was like day 25. It was the big reveal, and I mostly used this shade and this shade. This shade for like these two for contour, and these two for bronzer. This one's way too dark for me. Like there's no chance I'm using that. And I don't really use these two because I know the highlighting shades, but they're not very like shiny. So they're more like a powder, which I don't really use, but I really like these. So yeah, there's that. And I've got this one, which I've absolutely killed. It's the NYX contour palette. Highlight and Contour Pro palette. That's the lid. That's disgusting, but that's what it looks like. And yeah, obviously I need refills for all of these, but I don't really want to buy it anymore until I've used most of this one up, because it just seems unnecessary to buy that many all at once. But yeah, I have used it to absolute death. And then I'm trying to think what else. I'm trying to think where to go next. Right, we'll go to highlighters and bronzers. So this is my highlighting and bronzer station. If you're going to buy anything in this like collection, buy this. It's the Aloha bronzer by Lacura, I think. I don't know how you say it. I got it as a Christmas present off like an extended family member, and it's a proper dupe for Hoola bronzer. I actually prefer this one because it's not, see how much I've used it, that's how much I love it, but I actually prefer it because it's not quite as orange as the other one. So because I'm really, oh sorry, not the camera, because I'm really pale, it looks better on me, and it's like way cheaper. Because I have had the Hoola bronzer and I do like it, but I just prefer this. If you're going to get anything, get this. I love this. This isn't that cheap. I got it in a glossy box, so for me it was cheap, but I've had a look and it's actually like £30 on its own, which is quite a joke. But I don't really know if it's supposed to be a primer or a highlighter, but I use it to have liquid highlighter because I think it's really nice with like a powder highlighter on top. So that's nice. I've also got this Sleep palette. Again, I've got this in a glossy box. Oh, can you see it? But yeah, it's a Sleep one. It's the Copper Plate palette, which, to be honest, would have preferred the Solstice because I'm pale. But I can still use this one and sometimes this one if I'm feeling really tanned. But I have used it, even though I haven't used the brush, but I have used the palette. But it is nice. I just wish I had the Solstice one instead, so I might think about looking into getting that one. Right. This is the only blusher palette I have because I'm really recently into blush, and I am going to get another one because I do like this palette. I like the colours in it, but it doesn't last very long at all. But I do really like the colours. Oh, I love this. It's Ofra, it's obviously the Rodeo/Rodeo Drive, but it's a mini because I was not paying that much money for one. The thing is, it's a little bit too dark for me, but when I'm tan, I just use it anyway. Or I like to use it a lot for my inner corners because I think it looks really nice. So yeah, that's that one. I think Soap and Glory makeup is so underrated. Like, everyone really likes the sprays and the shower gels, but I think the makeup's really good. Like, well, to be honest, I bought this for Christmas and I didn't think it'd look very nice because when you, like, it is being used loads, but when you go into it, it doesn't look like it's going to be very, like, shiny at all. It looks completely matte, but when you put it on, it's really not. I really like to put it on over the top of this one because I think it looks nice. And then I've got my Pride and Joys. I got this one first, and It's princess cut. To be honest, because I'm a basic, I really wish it were ice cut, but it's not. So, because I couldn't get it, like, because I got this quite soon after they came out, and I just could not get the ice cut one. But I do think the princess cut one's quite nice as well. Trying to keep myself out of the mirror. I do think the princess one is quite nice as well, even if it's not as cool toned. And then this one I use a lot more. This I got for my birthday or Christmas, can't remember which one. Even though it's mostly gold, it's got bits of silver in it as well, so it's not too dark for me, which I really like. Although it is quite a chunky glitter, so if you're into a really natural looking one, don't get it. And this one's diamond wet. I've also got a few liquid other ones. See, this I use as a dupe for this one because I really like the high beam from Benefit, but it's quite expensive, hence why I've got a mini. So I like to use this one as a bit of a dupe. It's not as good, but it does the same sort of thing. And then these are just like extra cream highlights and stuff I've got that I don't really use as much. Oh, back here I've got some I've got one pair of lashes, that's it. Because I used to have more, but I just threw them away because I never used them and they were getting all ratted and horrible. So I just threw them away. So, and my friend got me these, so that's why I've got them. But I'm saving them for if it's like a special occasion or something. And then back here I've got like silicone sponges. Remember when they were like a big thing? But everyone knows the crap compared to a beauty blender, so they just sit at the back of my drawer. But if I'm doing like a multiple foundation or cream products, I sometimes get them out, but not very often. Hence why they're at the back of the drawer. And then over here I've got quite a collection of setting sprays. At the minute this one's my favourite, which is why it's at the front. It's the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist, but because I've got a dry skin it's really nice to have on, so I quite like that. And then I've got quite a collection of the Mario Badescu ones. This is the, oh gosh, throwing that about. This is the first one I had, hence why it's the most empty. It's the rose one, but I've got to say the cucumber one is my favourite, even though that's the most recent one I've got. I wouldn't really recommend the lavender one. Like, it's the same sort of thing, but it just doesn't feel as nice or smell as nice. So the cucumber one's my favourite at the minute. And I've got this absolute cult classic, but it's in a mini because I was not going to buy a really big one because they're expensive, but I might do now because it does work really well. So I saved this one for like when I'm going out. And then I've got these hiding right at the back. Oh gosh, clumsy. See, this one I like. I got this in a glossy box and I do quite like it because look, hey, shiny! Like, it doesn't really set your makeup, I'm going to be honest with you, but it's a dupe for the iconic ones and it looks nice if you want a bit of a glow. So I use that sometimes if I'm not going out very long but I want to be shiny. Not shiny, glowy. And this one is absolute crap. I would not recommend, to be honest. I bought it ages ago, it's quite old. Probably needs to go in the bin, but I haven't thrown it away yet. But it's full because I don't really use it. And down here I've got just like lip balms, lip scrubs. This one's a Jeffree Star one, but to be honest I much prefer the the really common brand, what is it, Lush. I really prefer the Lush one because it just tastes better. I know you're not supposed to eat them off, but you can lick them, so that one's just nicer. And it's the same thing, and it's like the Jeffree Star was like twice the money, so you might as well get the Lush one. If not a cheaper one, because Lushes aren't that cheap, to be honest. And I've just got like extra lip balms. Saint Laurent one, but I don't really use. Not Saint Laurent. Oh no, it's Steve Laurent. So yeah. And then I've got extra lip balm or lip glosses down here, but I don't really use them that much, hence why they're down here. I keep some of these. I think it's this one. I keep these, the Benefit ones, because they're the only like red lipsticks I've got, really, just in case I fancy it, but they're not very good, I don't think. Even though the Benefit, to be honest. Oh, this is disgusting, and there's no chance I'm going to put it on my lips because it's really gone off. But I'm not going to throw it away because it's my first ever like more high-end one I got, and I bought it with my own money, and I'm just not going to throw it away. It's the Pumpkin Pie Jeffree Star, and I love it. I'm keeping it forever, even if I'm never going to use it again. And then over here, let me lift it up because you can't see it at all. Just going to balance it on top of there. Yeah, that's fine. I've got mascaras, eyebrow stuff, single eyeshadows, lipsticks. So we'll go for mascaras first. So this one's good. It's a Smashbox one, but it's really nearly empty. But I'm saving it because I love it. I've got a few Bad Girl bangs. They're great. At the minute, let me see if I can find the one I'm using the most now. This one, just because it's the most full. I like it the way it looks in my eyes, but it's a really transfer. It's really easy to transfer, so it gets all over my face if you want it on for a while. So if you want a long-lasting one, this is not the one for you. And then eyebrow stuff. To be honest, I've got quite a lot of Benefit because let's be honest, it's the best. I've got a few. This is what I'm loving at the minute. It's that's literally been used so much it's got no writing on it anymore. Let me get my little one. It's the Gimme Brow, which everyone uses, I know, but it's just so good if you're not really wanting to put too much effort in, which I don't with my brows because I'm lazy. And I've got this as well, Foolproof Brow Powder, which I used a lot, but I don't really use it as much anymore because I just prefer to not put that much energy into them. And then I've got some individual shadows and I've got a few glitters if I'm feeling really adventurous, which is a rare occurrence for me, but you know. You never know, dear. And then I've got, oh gosh, chucking everything everywhere. Let me see if I can find it. I'm looking for a specific individual and I can't. Here it is. This is the one I use like every day. It looks so good when it's combined with browns and stuff. And you can see I've hit pan a lot. I love it. I've got a mini Kat Von D KVD now, but this was Kat Von D. And this Ciate stamp liner, but I don't really use eyeliner that much, to be honest. Trying to think. And then I've got this, I don't know why this is in here, because it's not either, it's a concealer and a highlighter, but I use it for my inner corner highlight, and that concealer is way too dark, so that's exclusive what I use it for. So that's why it's near the eye section. And then over here I've got lipsticks. See, this is the Jeffree Star one. It's Nathan. It's one of my favourites. I actually use this one because it's in date. I love these. I've got all three of them. I don't know where the other two are, but Cake's my favourite anyway, so it don't really matter. But this is what it looks like. And they're really cheap because they're so/Revolution. My favourite ever lip balm. To be honest, this is quite a pricey lip balm, but I got it in a glossy box, so... I've got a MAC lipstick, obviously in Velvet Teddy, because when have you ever not in Velvet Teddy? But I got that for prom. To be honest though, I do still wear it sometimes because it's really nice. I've got a few misguided lip glosses. I don't know where this is from. See, it looks really strange because it looks like one of them you have when you're like like 5, when they're like, you squeeze them on, but it's not, it's a brush. Like, it's got a proper applicator. It just you wouldn't expect it to. But it smells really good and it's just like a lip gloss. So yeah, I've got this, I don't even know where this is from. MCO Beauty, but it smells really good. It's not very long lasting, but I do like the colour. I got this in a glossy box. Yeah, you can see it. And I'll say that's about it for this drawer. I'll move on to my palettes. So this is where I keep the rest of my makeup, but mainly just palettes. So I've got makeup brushes here, I've got quite a few Real Techniques ones, a few from Glossy Box, a few random ones like this bamboo one that I got ages ago, but I use it for like blush and stuff like that. And up here I've got my Pixie Glow Tonic. I use this all the time. I've been through so many of them. I really, really like it. I think it sorts my skin out really well. But it's quite expensive, so I try not to buy it too much. I like to get it for like birthdays and Christmases. I'm hoping for my birthday, which is quite soon, that I'm going to get one of the really big ones, but we'll have to wait and see. And then I've got this Avant moisturiser. See, I really, really like it because it's got hyaluronic acid in it, so it's really good for your face, but it's ridiculously expensive. Like, it's honestly about £98, but I got it in a glossy box, so I was not paying for that. But it is really good, but I would not recommend buying it because it's ridiculously expensive. And then I've just got a Nivea moisturiser, which I quite like. And then here is this absolute bad boy. It won't fit in any of my drawers or anywhere, so it just has a little private place up here. But it's obviously the Conspiracy palette, Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. It was ridiculously hard to get this. And while it's expensive, it was actually more annoying trying to buy it because it kept like, I did get it first time round, but it was ridiculously hard to buy it. To be honest, I've not used, can you even see it? Yeah. I've not used it that much, but when I do use it, I really go for it. Like, I'm a big fan of this yellow and the red, but there's not that many places that a teenage girl's gonna wear this, to be honest, but I do really like it. And I've got I keep the rest of my palettes in here because I've got nowhere else to put them. See, there should be shelves in here, but that's where I actually take the shelves out and put them in my makeup drawer for extra storage. So first, on one on top, it's just goes biggest to the smallest, because how else am I going to organise them? It's this proper gross, you can even see it, yeah. It's this proper gross L'Oreal one. This is the first ever palette I bought. I don't reach for it, like, ever anymore, but it's nice to have in case I want it. It's only about, to be honest, it's probably out of date, it's like 2 years old, but it's eyeshadow, I'm not going to throw it away. And then next to it, I've got this, oh, that's great, love that. I've got this Style palette. Is that even, yeah, Style? Yeah, should be. Nice and broke. But I got it in a glossy box. And see, while it's not great, I'm going to be honest with you, but I use it to like add to other eyeshadows. I wouldn't use it on its own because it would not last very long, but I use it to add to other eyeshadows. I quite like it. It's quite up my street on colour wise. And then here I've got the first like high end eyeshadow palette I got. I actually got it. I got it for Christmas like a few years ago. I asked for it as a present, and it's absolutely destroyed. To be honest, I wouldn't really reach for it anymore. It's not my type of colours. It's a bit too cool toned, but it's nice to have. And just in case I fancy doing a brown purpley look, got it. And then these. Oh gosh. Missing two here. This is my Smashbox one. I got it in a gift set like a few Christmases ago and I absolutely love it. It's right on my street with colours and it's just really nice. It's really good pigment as well. So there's that. And it's got a little, like, can you see it, like a 3D packaging, which I really like. Because I'm a child. I'm not, but I like one. And I've got this Beauty Bay palette. See, I do, while these are really nice, I don't reach for it because I've got a million other palettes that look the same. But to be honest, the shimmers and stuff are really nice, so I should actually use this more than I do. And then this one is just a really crappy dupe for the Naked Heat palette. But, like, my sister's got the actual one, so I didn't really want to buy it when I can just borrow it off her on the odd occasion I want to use it. So I just got this one. And it's absolutely horrendously bad, but it looks nice when you add it to other shadows. Like, it wouldn't work on its own, but with other things it looks really nice, and it was honestly about £3, so I can't really complain that I knew it wasn't going to be great when I bought it. And then I've got these are my pride and joy. I absolutely love them. No, that's not mould, it's eyeliner that's like got stuck to it, because while it looks nice when it's clean, no one's keeping an eyeshadow palette clean enough for it not to go like that. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. But I absolutely, look how bad that is. I'm actually ashamed to show that, it's so destroyed, but I really like it, so I'm not throwing it away until I've hit pan on all of them. And then the last thing I've got to show you is this Modern Renaissance palette. I like this one, but I got it before the Soft Glam one. It was the first one I got, and I really like it, hence why I bought the Soft Glam one as well. But I've not used it quite, while it's used, don't get me wrong, it's not used quite as much. But I really like it, just not quite as much as the other one. Yeah, that's all my palettes. So now you've seen the entirety of my not quite minimalistic but not huge makeup collection either. I hope you liked it. I hope you found something that you want to buy in it. Definitely the bronzer. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you for watching.